Welcome to Links to Leadership, an insider's guide to what makes for a good business relationship with iconic business leaders and CEOs who share their secrets to success. Links to Leadership is brought to you by Administaff. Small business is good for America, and Administaff is good for small business. Highly touted by ski bums and hipsters, professional athletes, and red-hot performing artists, Rick Alden is the driving force behind a company in the midst of forging a headphone revolution. This self-proclaimed snowboarding and surfing dude is a man whose unique vision and entrepreneurial genius launched him from a mid-mountain chairlift to the cover of Entrepreneur magazine in 6 years flat. You came up with the idea, you're on a chairlift, you're on your cell phone, and you're listening to your iPod, and you said, hey Rick, I think I've got a better idea.
True story. Sitting on a chairlift, and it was really more just an effort of, I had my headphones on, phone was ringing off the hook in the pocket, and as I was pulling the glove off yet again that day to go in for the phone, I thought, this is dumb. Shouldn't be that tough to be able to put 2 plugs on the end of a pair of headphones, one for your phone, one for your music player, and operate both devices through the same headphone. So that was kind of the aha moment for, hey, maybe I want to do headphones next.
How did you come up with the name Skullcandy?
You know, I wish that I could take credit for that, but it's tough these days to come up with a good name for a company. Anybody that's ever done a startup knows how tough it is to come up with a good name. Because any name you come up with, either it's been trademarked before, or worse, there's no URL available. And so I finally gave up, couldn't think of anything, and sent out an email to, 40 or 50 of all my most creative friends, and literally said, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm working on. I don't know if this company will work or not, but if it does, I'll put you on free headphones for life if you can come up with a name for me. And I said in the email, it's got to have an available URL. So I put in a link to whois.com and said, check it out first before you send in the name. And I sent it out to all these guys, and the very first email that I got back was from a guy named Dana Bullen. He's the ski area manager up at Sunday River, Maine, an old friend of mine from way back when. And I hadn't seen him in a couple years, and he didn't send the email back saying anything like, hey, what's up, how are you, good luck with anything. It just said 2 things. He had 2 lines. First line was, Skullcandy. Second line was, the URL's available. About 10 minutes later, I owned the URL, and that is where Skullcandy came from.
Were you scared back then? Nervous? Anticipatory? What were the emotions?
If there's not some fear, you don't have enough at risk. So fear is a great motivator. We spent 100% of our savings, so all of our cash was gone. And I had to go to my wife one day to say, hey, listen, I know we're out. I know I've tapped the Roth IRA. I know I've tapped all the savings, but hey, listen, there's a chance this thing could work.